From Washington is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I rise in support of H.R. 5266, reauthorizing the National Estuary Program. I want to thank Mr. Gibbs and Mr. Bishop on the subcommittee, and of course my colleague who I share the aviation subcommittee with Mr. LoBiondo for their leadership on getting this bill to the floor. Estuaries are a critical habitat for salmon, for birds, for many other species in the Pacific Northwest, where we know that protecting our natural resources is good for our environment and good for our economy. My district is on Puget Sound, which is our country's second largest estuary, and a key driver of our economy in Washington State. Trade, fishing, tourism, and outdoor recreation in our region create and sustain thousands of jobs, and all of these activities are dependent upon a healthy Puget Sound. And I've long supported estuary restoration in the Puget Sound region, including projects like Quileute Estuary Restoration Project, which will be the largest tidal marsh restoration project ever completed in Washington State. Estuary restoration can also be a key component for absorbing carbon emissions and increasing resiliency to the effects of climate change. A recent study of the Snohomish Estuary, which is located in my district, found that currently planned and in construction restoration projects will result in at least 2.55 million tons of CO2 sequestered from the atmosphere over the next 100 years. That's the equivalent of a year's worth of emissions from 500,000 automobiles. So this bill is important. It's important for all of us, and I want to thank my colleague again, Mr. LoBiondo, for his hard work on this legislation. I look forward to continuing our productive bipartisan relationship on this and many other issues. And I urge my colleagues to support H.R. 5266, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman